Cristina Ruales, and I'm back and here with Facebook Live, and we're really excited, and hopefully you guys will tune in regularly with us. What's happening with us right now is we're doing a photo shoot this Friday, and I thought you guys would enjoy hearing a little bit about what we do and how we get to these places and what goes on behind the scenes. So I wanted to talk to you guys about our photo shoot, and hopefully you guys can log in on Friday. We'll be going live. It just depends on what's going on throughout the day to share with you guys as much as possible. So we have some amazing people lined up for our photo shoot, and starting with, usually we start with the photographer, and our photographer is Travis Keys. And I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the team and then how over the years we met and how we're end up working together, etc. So our photographer is Travis Keys, and our hair designer, our hairstylist, is going to be Edward Tricomi, who's a total rock star. These are all like top of the line team, so I'm super excited. And then for makeup, we're going to be working with Bennett Jason, who was also our lead last season for our Fashion Week event. So going back, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the story as to how, as artists behind the scenes, we ended up meeting. So let's start with Travis. So for my Fashion Week event, we did a straight runway for Spring 16, and we did it at the Out Hotel, and it had its own nuances. We teamed up with GoPro, and we want to hopefully get it together so that we can share with you guys the footage of that, because we had the models wear the GoPros down the runway, and then we were sort of flipping the script and getting the people that are normally watching to, like, they're the voyeurs, and we wanted to flip it and sort of watch their reactions and have the models be able to video them, and also sort of get a little bit of a picture of their experience throughout the day. So hopefully we'll be able to release that sooner than later. It's long overdue. So that's a shout out to GoPro. They were amazing sponsors for us. And then the the PR person for that event was Kiara Horowitz, and she has her own company, and it's called KHPR, and they did a brilliant job. And she knew Travis Keys, and I think it was, I'm trying to remember, I think it was through Guest of a Guest maybe that came to cover the event that we met Travis. And then since then, Travis has been kind enough to be a part of all of our events. So as artists, we sort of develop a relationship with people whose work you like, and we admire one another, and we try to help each other. And luckily, in my case, often as sort of an up-and-coming designer, it's really nice when people who are far more established in their careers are willing to lend a hand and collaborate with me. Such as sort of the biggest example of that would be Edward Tricomi. So Edward Tricomi comes from Warren Tricomi Salons. He's the partner. He does the cutting, and his partner does all the coloring, and that's how it all started. And believe it or not, I don't know if you guys know, but Edward Tricomi is the actual original Edward Scissorhands. So the whole film was based on him. And we should release to you, I'll release to you guys the video of him cutting my hair, and it's like ridiculously life-changing because he really does cut exactly like you see in the Edward Scissorhands movie. Oh my god, why am I blanking on the actor's name? What's his name?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp, thanks. I'm terrible with names. I used to call him the Deppster as a teenager. But Johnny Depp plays that with his hands, and anyway, when you see it live, it's amazing. Everybody should try to have their hair cut by Edward Tricome before they die. But anyway, so luckily so they sponsored my show that same season where we met Travis and worked with Kiara. And now we're coming back together to work on this photo shoot on Friday. So I'm really excited. Our operation is way low jack in contrast to what he's doing, like opening salons all over the world. You should check out his photos. The Japan one looks to die for. Anyway, and actually, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you something that Edward said to me when we met. It was one of those bright lights, big city moments for me. Is that music too loud? Sorry. Let me try to see what I can do about that. Well, anyway, so basically, that's Cedar Ross, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. But anyway, so Edward, I was really dumbfounded by the idea that he would want to work with me, and it was through another person that suggested that I work with Edward, and that was a stylist called Tyron Mays. So I was lucky to meet Tyron, and he helped me with a charity event we worked on, that we were both asked to work on, and during that moment I met Tyron, and Tyron is like a celebrity stylist you should also check out. And he said to me, look, Cristina, you really should reach out to Edward Tricome because he's the best of the best. And I was like, oh, okay. So thanks to him, actually, I called up Edward, and even though he's got all the fame and whatever you would want in the world, he's the most down-to-earth and sweetest man. And I was really humbled, and the sort of pinch me moment that I was talking about was myself and my interns with their little GoPros showing up at his salon, which is like super glamorous in the Plaza Hotel, and they have more than one in the city. But if you've ever been to that salon, it's really where you feel like you've arrived if you're getting your haircut there or something. But anyway, so we get there, bringing the clothes to show him and sort of to talk about what our concept's going to be and collaborate on an idea and the inspiration, etc. And I said to him, I said, Edward, what made you want to choose me? Like, you're who you are, way up here. He's worked with anyone you can imagine, from like Yves Saint Laurent, and he gave me the story about, oh, now I'm going to forget his name, which is one of my favorite designers. No, okay, it'll come to me. So one of my favorite designers of all time, and I'm looking at his picture, but I can't think of his name right now, it'll come to me. Anyway, he said to me that everyone needs a break, and that he was given his break. And it was Jeffrey Bean. How could you forget Jeffrey Bean? Anyway, so Jeffrey Bean had given him his break, and that he was trying to give me mine. And, I don't know, made me tingle inside. And Jeffrey Bean happens to be literally, which is my whole problem with names, because he's actually literally somebody who's informed and influenced my work my entire life as a designer. Literally one of the top designers of all time, and I adore him. So it was so amazing for me that this person that was about to work with me would talk to me about the fact that his first break was given to him by Jeffrey Bean. And he said that he was the kid, because he's very rock and roll, which is awesome, perfect for me. He wore sneakers with his suits, and how everybody was giving him flack about showing up at this fancy event at the after party with his sneakers. And then the next season, I can't remember what designer, but some major designer used all sneakers down his runway with his suits. Anyway, these are all innovators, so I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm really humbled that he would be willing to work with us, because we're still not a glamorous operation yet. And then we have, for makeup, we have Bennett Jason, and he was our lead makeup artist last season, and he worked at Inglot, and Inglot is our other sponsor that has been doing our makeup sponsorship for some time now. And anyway, he's brilliant. You can look. We're going to be showing a lot of the stuff that we did together very soon for you guys, so you get familiar with the spring collection, and we'll let you know what's available. So that's a little bit of a story of behind the scenes of who we're working with on next Monday. Actually, sorry, I said Friday, but it's Monday the 6th. So hopefully tune in then. Check us out, and hopefully you'll see that as you put the vibes out there of positivity, before you know it, as you help others, other people help you. And that's my story for the day. So maybe everybody can try to do something selfless and help others, and in turn the universe will give back to you. That's my theme for the day. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take care. Bye.